a computer programmer on Wall Street in America. I don't do that anymore though.
Where do you work now?
I don't. I help people for free.
What is the purpose of this Aero trip?
The purpose of this is to bring the awareness of the flat Earth to people in Europe. We've been told lies about where we live for the last 500 years, and it's about time that people knew the truth.
But why do you think scientists lie about it?
Scientists per se don't lie. They've been indoctrinated the same way that we all have into believing this worldview, right? And it's like lies on lies upon lies upon lies, and until it looks like the truth. This is a flat, motionless Earth. There is a creator, and they're desperate to hide that information.
If the Earth actually were flat, the sun's rays would always come in at the same angle, meaning that all countries would all experience same seasons, but that's not the case?
No. But if we have a sun that's small and close, yeah, what would happen? Imagine you have a brick wall, yeah, and it's dark, and you have a light bulb, and you put the light bulb close to the wall. Yeah, you get a pool of light only in one place in the wall. But over here, it's going to be dark. That's what we're talking about.
All right, but why do you care so much about the shape of the Earth?
Well, for one thing, NASA makes 56 million every single day. Takes that from the pockets of Americans. Yeah, you're paying for lies.
If you dig a hole on the bottom of the sea, will the water run out?
If I dig a hole at the bottom of the sea, will the water run out? No, that's not the cosmology that we live in here.
Where will this water go then?
It won't go anywhere.
Why, if there's a hole through the Earth?
Where to? The question you're asking, right, if you look at in scientific terms, is what's on the other side of the flat Earth?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is there?
Right, well, it's the same answer as what's on the other side of the universe. It can't be more space because that's more universe, so it's got to be something else.
Have you been on the edge of the Earth?
No, apparently nobody can actually go to the edge.
Why is that so?
It's a thing called the Antarctic Treaty. Yeah, it was signed by all the members of the United Nations that tell you are not allowed independently to go past the 60th south parallel.
Or are the planets flat too?
Well, what are other planets? Yeah, we're told that they're rocky places like here, yeah, out there, but they're not. They're lights in the sky.
Is it possible to fall off from the edge of the Earth?
Well, no, if you can't reach it. Right? When you go to Antarctica, which we say is the actual rim around the Earth, you encounter 200-foot walls of ice, yeah, followed by 300 miles of ice plain, and then 2-mile-high mountains. And beyond that, nobody knows, apart from maybe Admiral Byrd. But yeah, nobody really knows because you can't get there. You can't go by yourself to Antarctica.
But how can you all afford being on this tour? Do you get some funding?
We managed to get funding. We did a tour-a-thon where we had a kind of relay of videos that people could follow, and we asked people to donate to us, and we're still asking people to donate to us.
So people donate, and that's the funding for your tour right now?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Saying that, there have been a couple of individuals who have gone above and beyond, and some people are risking a lot just to do this. So this is what we see in the world, yeah? So we find that there's a hot spot. There's a hot spot above the clouds, there. So the sun on this picture is about here, yeah? And there's a hot spot where the light is reflecting directly, yeah? But if you imagine, right, in this picture here, the camera's here, the Earth is like there, the sun is 93 million miles away that way, yeah? So the reflection will be on the other side of the Earth from where the camera is, yeah? There wouldn't be a hot spot directly underneath, right? Because the sun is like way over there. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I know, it's, atmosphere, cosmic things.
I know, and this is what
It's a big. The human mind maybe can't absorb it all.
well, this is what they give us, right? When we say, look at this, this doesn't seem to work. So what's the explanation? And they'll try and blind us with science. Oh, you know, refraction bends the light rays and round, and but when you look at it and look at their explanation, they don't work.
Yeah, we'll look forward to playing with mainstream scientists.
I would love to sit and play with mainstream scientists and study how they report this. There's a video on my channel, Day versus within so what we're saying is, I personally believe there's a dome above this, and in that dome is the firmament, is the stars. The stars are in the firmament. The sun and the moon circle within the firmament.
So there is only two things, sun and moon. There is no other planets, do you think?
The planets, the word planet means wandering star. Okay, so they're the same as the stars, but they take a different path. Okay, they just wander. Yeah. Have you ever heard of something called sonoluminescence?
Excuse me. No, I have not.
No. So it's also called a star in a jar. So literally, they get a jar of water, and they pass ultrasonic sound into the water, and it creates a light. Yeah, it looks like a star.
Excuse me, can I butt in here?
Yeah.
Can you see the United Kingdom part? Oh. Can you get like an England one and a Scotland one?
England one and a Scotland one.
Yeah. Fuck you, Cheers.
All right.
It's how you pronounce it. It's not a planet. It's a planet.
Yes, it's the planets are just lights in the sky. Yeah, and they move slightly differently to the rest of the stars. So you know they're called wandering stars. This is not, you know, a wandering star. Yeah. So this isn't a planet. Yeah. This is a flat, motionless planet. Do you feel you're moving
So
up?
do you really think it is the Earth is flat, and if we went to this point, the end of the Earth, we drop out?
No. See, this is roughly what we think. So the North Pole is in the centre, yeah? Okay? And all around, this is what they call Antarctica. So when you actually hit Antarctica, you find a 200-foot wall of ice, yeah? And then 300 miles of ice plain, and then 2-mile-high mountains. And beyond that, nobody knows, right? So you don't fall off. This keeps all the water in. And if you try to go here, the military would turn you back. Yeah? You're not allowed past that line. Yeah? Well, they don't have any proof. Yeah?
But do you have any
This is the
photo?
guy who made this image.
I can show you
I
photos
made
of-
this with
of the
Photoshop.
edge.
If you think this is proof, I made that little spot of light here. Look like sun reflection. I put the clouds in there, but I made the clouds look like they're 3D. Yeah? He's an artist.
There must be a Photoshop about this, because these photos from out of the world taken by a lot of sites.
Right, but these are all pictures given by NASA. Yeah, they're all different. Okay, they're all different, and the continents, the size of the continents. Then you know, look at this. This is North America. Yeah, and then okay, there's North America. Well, hang on, this is the right size. Is it that big? Or is it that big? It's like, okay, there's also the map that these all look like, yeah, is not the real map. It's called the Mercator map. It was designed as a navigational aid. So all the continents are sort of distorted, so that the sailors can sail east and west.
Nähdäänkö sä?
Mä kesken siellä vasta.
Mi ha pagato io poi ci
I'm trying to write this to you because I am really
Am I in the frame?
I just look down, you know. I just look down. And you look so smart.
Some Christmas.
Yeah, sure. I'll try and remember how to spell it properly.
Where you from, mate?
What?
Where you from?
Turkey.
Oh,
Turkey.
Turkey. Shirla Burla.
Yes, it's like this. I'm not, you probably find it from there. I used to live in Antalya. Yeah. So where are you? Near to Antalya or?
Not really. You know Istanbul?
Yeah.
My city is so close to Istanbul.
Okay.
Next to located. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Yes, we are done again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Are you going to try?
The Jormungandr snake from legend.
Almost, yeah. It's, they called it the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. Yeah. But literally, it's a 200-foot wall of ice.
Game of Thrones style.
Game of Thrones stuff. If you ever see an icebreaker go to Antarctica, they've got a crane on the front, so they can actually lift people above the ice wall. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you see when you stand on top?
Well, when you get to the top of the ice wall,
No.
and literally nobody has gone very far, past here.
Okay.
Nobody knows what's there, and you can't go past this line here. It's called the 60th parallel because the military will turn you back.
What do you
Called
think?
the Antarctic Treaty.
What do you think?
Okay.
And all the UN countries
Do you think it's
signed
bullshit
say
or truth?
Nobody is allowed there without
It's not.
permission
It's the truth.
and without military escort.
How you wanna know?
You can make a tour.
I know.
You can make a
How you
tour
wanna know?
of the outer
That is the
islands.
truth.
Yeah, and you can
Do
go
some
there and
science
you can look at
yourself.
some penguins and
Easy
stuff,
science.
And there's a
Yeah.
barbershop pole, and you can say, "Oh, that's the South Pole." But it's not the South Pole. Yeah, there's never been north to south circumnavigation of the Earth. Doesn't happen. Nobody's ever done it. They say they've done it. They say they've done it.
Yeah.
But they
Who
go.
says?
Well, there's somebody who says we've done a north to south circumnavigation, but you find out that they go like down here, and then they come back the way they went, and then go round normally. Yeah, they never go out here and come back in Australia. It's never happened, and it never will, because they can't do it. They literally can't do it. This, I know it sounds funny and it sounds like, I'm crazy, but you know what? When you ask physicists and cosmologists, you ask them simple questions, they fail, they can't answer them. I've got a video on my channel where I'm debating a particle physicist.
Okay.
And before we got to the debate, he was laughing at me. He was like, he asked me,
What's his name?
have you got a
Dave Murphy.
I said,
Okay.
No PhD? No.
He knows some stuff.
What are your science credentials? I haven't got any. You're supposed to know about this.
Yeah.
You're
Crazy.
telling us, that,
No, he's not crazy.
You know what this
No,
this
of course
Earth
not.
is.
I don't
And,
want to say that he's crazy.
They fail under the simplest of, the easiest of scrutiny. So this is why we're out here asking these questions.
I have to talk to this sort of person myself before.
Right. Well, I suggest you notice something like go out at night when there's a full moon. Yeah.
I've done so.
And notice how the clouds around the moon are lit up brightly. Yeah.
That
And
does
the,
happen.
and the clouds over there are dark.
Yeah,
Yeah. You've seen that.
I think so.
Right. Well, notice it next time, and then ask the question: how can that be if the moon is 238,000 miles away?
That's not too far.
Not too far.
That's not too far.
238,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Which means, yeah, the moon is lighting up the whole side of the Earth. Enough so that you can read by it. So how can the clouds, you know, again, 238,000 miles away, if I had the Earth here, it'll be it'd be literally about where that building is, yeah? So the Earth's about that size, the moon's about where that building is, okay? So the moon is lighting up the whole Earth. How is it lighting up those clouds bright and the rest of them dark?
Yeah, I'll ponder that for a bit.
Yeah, so
Thanks a lot.
okay. To fund imaginary trips to something called space that doesn't exist, and giving you photographs and video of people on wires in the space station. You know, there's a video from the ISS, the International Space Station, yeah, of a guy. He's a Dutch guy, astronaut, and he's floating, yeah, and he's unscrewing something, yeah, and when it unscrews, he drops it. And he's like, you can hear it dropping and clattering around, and he's still floating.
Hier achter deze panelen wordt de urine opgevangen en
You know, it's like, no, it's a joke. Yeah, and you study the stuff that comes out of NASA, and you start seeing mistakes. You know, when they're doing their spacewalks, you see air bubbles, and then you see there's one where the astronaut is waving at the camera. Yeah, he pulls down his visor, the gold visor. Yeah, and you see in the reflection, you see a scuba diver taking the picture. You know, it's lies, and you know we're paying for it. And beyond that, the whole idea of the flat Earth is basically saying that you know it's all happened by accident. There's no creator. It's you know there's no purpose to your life. You're insignificant and unimportant. That's what they're trying to subconsciously get into your head. And the truth is, you are important. You know, you aren't here by accident. Yeah, there is a purpose to your life, and there is a creator who created all this. And I'm not a religious person, honestly, but I now know there is a creator. You know, that's the thing. So, you know, this is like incredible amounts of information here. Yeah, you got any other questions about it?
Not really. Yeah. There's a website for that.
Go ahead, ask.
Yeah, well,
Ask him if you have questions.
yes. Somebody had the app here. They're gone. But,
One of the best.
the app is really cool.
You think this is comedy?
The sun and moon are
No,
really
it's called
like
brainwashing. You're
the
brainwashed.
timekeepers,
It's
the
for me it's
clock
comedy because
of our world. You know, wherever the sun
Until you find out it's the
is
truth,
almost directly
then you
overhead.
laugh over yourself.
When it's away, then you know,
that
you know,
because
it's
Well, this is
telling us
science.
the time, you know.
yeah.
Anyway, I know.
Okay.
I know it's too much for you at the moment, but look into it. Ask your own questions. Okay? That's all we're doing. We're trying to get people to ask their own questions. Right?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Where do you think you live?
Germany. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you live around Germany or?
I would like to think so, but I can respect the other opinions. I think it's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
I just don't think I'm convinced it's not.
Okay. So what convinces you live on a ball?
My school did.
Right. So somebody told you live on a ball.
Yeah.
And you believe them because they have authority, or they knew something about it? Why did they? How did they manage to convince you? Because you never saw it for yourself. You can go to the beach, and see a flat surface.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Right now, do you feel like you're moving at 1,000 miles an hour?
No, but I'm glad I don't. Like, I don't want to feel
True.
that. Yeah.
Right, okay. Think about this, okay? On an 8-foot merry-go-round, yeah? If that merry-go-round went round once a day, once every 24 hours, you'd have to stare at it really carefully to see it move, because it moves something like 3/16 of an inch every minute. So you wouldn't detect it, okay? So now imagine that merry-go-round is a mile wide. Now, if you're on the edge, it'll be moving at 2.2 inches per second. So it'll be moving like that, So obviously you know it's moving, okay? Now imagine it's 8,000 miles wide, the width of the Earth, okay? If you were on the end of on the edge of that merry-go-round, you wouldn't be there for long because it would be going at 1,000 miles an hour, 1,500 feet a second. You'd be flung off, So, do you feel like you're going at 1,000 miles an hour right now?
No.
It's the same.
But I'm glad.
It's the same story. It's the same thing. Moving.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, it makes sense in a way, but also, I think it's interesting to think about. I think that's an interesting theory to think about, but I just don't think it makes a lot of sense to me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. The main proof they tell us, is that you can stand on the beach and watch a ship go out to sea and go over the horizon. Right. Well, now we've got cameras, like this camera here, and like the Nikon P900 camera, You can watch with your naked eye the boat go over the horizon, and then you whip out your camera, zoom in, and it comes back. It didn't go anywhere, and you can start at that level of zoom and watch it do exactly the same on the camera. Zoom in a bit more, there it is, and it never goes out of view. To the limit of that zoom, you always see that boat. There is no curvature. We cannot find it. That's the thing.
Kein Kuratur.
They tell us that there's a curvature. We can't find it. So what do we think?
I mean, why would people lie to us about that? But like, what is the main reason why people would lie to us about the Earth being round? What are people getting from that?
Well, on the really base level, they're making. NASA makes $52 million a day from our
Viele Geld.
All the space agencies are doing exactly the same. They're creaming off your money, Or I guess your students,
Yeah, but I don't pay NASA, so.
But your parents,
Well,
they pay taxes.
Yeah.
Well, they don't pay taxes. They get taxes taken from them, and a large portion of that is going to space travel.
So what's your
the same amount of money even if it was flat?
Well, if there's no space, where are they going to go to?
Oh, so
There's no such thing as space.
So what is the moon?
The moon and the sun. Oh, there it is. The moon and the sun are inside. I believe there's a dome over it called the firmament, and they move above us around.
So what are they doing with the money?
Who knows?
Not good.
NASA's made billions over the last 50 years. Literally just taken billions and billions of dollars over the last 50 years. All the other space agencies are doing exactly the same.
So what's your solution then? What are you trying to? Are you just trying to raise awareness, or are you trying
Basically, to get people to realise that you've been lied to. And once you realise that they've gone to such extents to lie about where you live, you're going to start to realise they've lied about everything else as well.
Well, okay, I can respect that. Yeah. What's your goal? Do you have an ultimate goal? Is there something your ulterior?
My personal goal. I don't have a real goal about this, but I think the world would change if you realise that this is the universe. This is it. There's nothing out there. This is the universe. your attitude, or everyone's attitude to the earth, would change if you realise that this is all we have.
Does that also mean that you don't believe in religion? So you're not a very religious man?
I'm not a religious man, but I now know that there is a creator.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's the other level of this.
Yeah.
They're hiding the creator from us. They're trying to make you believe that this all came about by accident from nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing exploded and created everything.
Okay.
And all of a sudden a rock got melted down into water, and there was some electricity, and eventually you turned into slime, and then into bugs, and then into an ape, and then into you. No, that's rubbish.
Okay.
Absolute rubbish. Every animal on this earth is interdependent with everything else. Nothing can come up in isolation. This animal requires that animal, and that animal requires this plant, and this plant requires this insect, and this insect requires, and so on and so on. Yeah, nothing could have come up independently. It all had to come into existence all at once.
Yeah, well, but so you saying that everything sort of has an interconnection, right? That's what. So you can still believe that, like, it is this way right now, right? But because we wouldn't be here if there was not oxygen, so we're all sort of dependent on each other.
Yeah, but we're dependent on an entire ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you take, several of these things out, which is what's happening in this world now.
Yeah.
You take out the bees.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the bees are completely gone, that's it. The whole system will just collapse.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's all interdependent, and none of it can come up in isolation.
No, I don't think, we don't disagree about that. Or
No. Yeah.
No matter whether you believe that the earth is flat or whether it's a globe, you still agree on that everything is connected, that everything needs.
Yeah.
Yes, so it had to be created.
Sorry.
As unpopular as that idea is, yes, someone created this, and created it all at once, and this idea of the spherical Earth, the Big Bang theory, and the theory of evolution is trying to make you believe that it's all happened by accident. You're actually just a microbe on a speck of dust, and that speck of dust is hurtling through an empty, uncaring universe with no purpose whatsoever. When you realise that you're the chief of the creations here, right? Your life has meaning, and this whole society is about hiding you from your purpose. So you end up as mindless drones, working 9 to 5. Going home, watching television, eating crappy food, and dying early. Yeah, that's your purpose here in this society. But you have a different purpose. You have, we all have this amazing purpose. There's something you can do that nobody else can do in the world. Seriously, there is something you can do that is unique, and you are supplying that to this earth. But the world is trying to tell you that no, you're not special, right? No, you take a job in an office somewhere, and that's your purpose. Yeah, make money, and maybe you buy a bigger house, and maybe get a nice car, and have 2.1 kids, and then eventually you'll die, and that's it. That's your purpose in life. No, there's more to you than that. That's the point. There's more to us.
I think that's a really nice, how can you say that? Yeah, a really nice theory. Yeah, a really nice perspective.
It's not a theory.
No, yeah, well,
it's not a theory.
If you want to say, everything's a theory, if you want to go that far.
Right.
Right.
But the point is, we've been given theories to build our lives around.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is asking questions of those theories.
Yeah,
and the answers to those questions break down those theories.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to reflect on things, I think. But what I'm trying to say is, I like your perspective. I like that you say that we're bigger than what people are trying to tell us that we are, or we can do more than we are told that we can do. But I don't really see the correlation with the Earth being flat. I don't see. I mean, I get it. I get where you're trying to do.
It's one plank. It's one plank in this.
Yeah.
It's like you combine it with evolution and Big Bang and all that.
Yeah.
Right? It all goes to psychologically weakening you. Yeah. if you realise, if you think that you're a microbe, right, on this speck of dust, and this speck of dust is one of trillions and trillions of other specks of dust, and maybe there are other microbes out there that are, just as important as you. Yeah, it makes you small and insignificant. That's, psychologically.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on a lot of things, especially about like the importance of life. But I think it's really interesting to have this conversation because I think it's quite important to get different viewpoints of life, on life as well.
So imagine this, okay?
I'm imagining everything.
There's a creator.
Yeah.
He created all this, right? You are one step below the creator. There's nothing between you and the creator, yeah?
Okay, but if I don't even believe in a creator, then I don't have to be a step below anyone. I can be the creator of my own life.
You think you're the creator?
Of my own life, am I not? Right. Like, I can create my own life.
Well, not, you didn't create yourself.
That's true,
right?
But now I'm here, so I created my friends, essentially, like not created. Not
she
created
you.
No, but you know what? This friend.
What workmanship?
Really
That's
good.
really good.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
This is brilliant.
No, but not what I meant. But like these friendships,
No, okay, no. You do your own navigation through this world.
Yes, that's what I meant.
You didn't create this.
Okay, but why do I have to believe someone did?
The point I'm trying to make, is that if you're one step below the creator, nobody can insert themselves above you. No human can come along and say, I'm more important than you are, you do as I say.
But you can believe that without believing in a creator.
Yeah.
You don't need to believe that some higher power created anything in order to believe that all people are equal.
No, but the point is, in order for a small group of people to control 7 billion people, you have to psychologically weaken them. Yeah, you have to make them feel that they're nothing, and then people with money, this worldly money and property and all this stuff, can now come and say, well, look, I've got more money than you, I'm more important than you do as I say. But you have to be weakened psychologically first to accept that. If you're one step below the creator, nobody can do that to you.
Well, still they would be able to make you do what they want to because they have the money. I don't think it's because you're psychologically weakened, but more because our economy works that way. I don't agree with it. I don't say it's good.
I don't work and I don't use money. I don't chase money. Nobody can make me do what they want me to do. Right? Because I have a different perspective on life. And yet here I am. Here I am in where am I?
Tallinn, Estonia.
Surprise.
Since I gave up money, I've been all over the world. The world doesn't work the way you think it does. You are more powerful and you're bigger in this world than you could ever imagine. You could suddenly have a different viewpoint on the world and say it to a few people, right? And you can start a huge change in the world. Just doing that.
Yeah.
Okay?
I agree with you. I agree with you at that point. And I think it's a really interesting discussion, but I don't, to me personally, just my personal opinion, this doesn't have to do with the earth being, like, there's no correlation in my head.
Okay.
I am, as you said, I'm the creator of my own life, my own future. I can do what I want to do, and I don't have to have a higher power of a creator.
This is the thing, you can't. If you're in this system,
why can I not?
You can't. Well, you're a student at the moment, but when you start getting out into the world, you're going to start to see how little power you have within the system.
I know. There's a system, but there's
you'll
also
end up on rails. You literally, if you're in the system, you'll end up on rails that lead you all the way to your deathbed.
Well, if you don't see them as rails, rather than you don't have to see it as like you're just a passenger on a train that's going somewhere.
But that's a life within a system.
They hand you your hat.
I'm not sure.
Your ceiling.
I don't see it like that. I don't see it.
Well, whether you see it like that or not, this is the way the world works. If you're in a system, right, there are things that you end up having to do.
No, I know that. I know how life works. But
so you end up on rails essentially that lead to the deathbed. And if you've been doing everything you have to do, right, there's no room for anything else. And you end up on that deathbed thinking, Actually, I haven't lived. I've not lived. Yeah, because I've just been doing what everybody's told me I have to do.
I think it's really interesting theories you've got us thinking about. I think we will be talking about it.
Ask questions. That's all we're saying. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
will.
always important.
and try and prove me wrong about all this. Yeah, feel free to try and prove me wrong.
Probably won't, because if you are happy with that, why not? Just like let people.
It's not about me.
No, I know it's not about
It's not
you.
about me.
but
Most
still.
people who get into flat Earth
Yeah.
get into it because they want to prove that it's rubbish. Most people, you can ask most flat earthers, they say, well, somebody told me about the flat Earth, and I thought I'm going to prove this guy wrong, and they end up, shit, the Earth's flat. Yeah.
I'm not sure about if that will ever happen to me personally, but I did enjoy the discussion, so thank you.
Well, then, if you don't believe that it's going to happen to you, okay, approach this subject with an open mind and say, I'm going to see where this takes me. Yeah.
Maybe.
No,
Yeah.
honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
you've got very strong opinions,
Yeah.
right? That's wonderful, right? But you know, you're speaking from a position which we've established, you know, has been given to you from when you were a child, yeah, when you couldn't critically analyse what you've been taught, right? It was handed to you, and you've run with it ever since. So, from that perspective, take a step back and say, okay, let's imagine I don't know anything. Let me have a look and ask these questions and see what you come up with.
Okay,
Right.
thank you for the discussion. Really interesting.
You're welcome.
Bye. Have a good nice
Goodbye.
day.
Hypothesis. What are you saying?
We're saying that we've been lied to about the shape and nature of the Earth that we live on.
Okay, and it is.
What do you say? Earth is flat?
Yes, absolutely. And you can walk away laughing if you want. It just means that you're closed-minded and you don't want to, accept any other possibility.
See, I totally agree with you when you're saying that every individual is important and he is here with a purpose of his own. Right? I totally agree with that. But how is that related to the Earth being flat?
Well, as I was saying to...
I think I missed that part. I joined in late.
You combine this idea of the spherical Earth with the theory of evolution and the Big Bang theory. What those three together do is they remove the need for a creator. Okay? No creators involved. Yeah, everything happened by accident. So your life is accidental.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying.
But
That's what they're inculcating into your mind.
What your hypothesis is that there's a creator and you're just one step below the creator, so there's nobody in between. There's nobody to dictate you should do this or that.
Right. So what these elites have done, they've made this construct so that you can remove the creator out of the picture. And now there's no purpose for your life. Now they can put themselves above you and give you a purpose.
I totally agree with you on that part.
Yeah.
That's true.
So this is
that's happening to every single individual.
Absolutely.
All of us.
Absolutely.
We're being brainwashed from the age of 2.
Yes.
The moment we enter school, that's when it starts.
And they know that if they can get you from birth to 7,
yeah, that's the age when
you start to develop critical thinking skills. If they can get you, fill your mind with stuff right before then they've got you. And this is one of the things. You know, when you go into the classroom for the first time, we've got the globe right there. And the first thing they tell you is like, here's where you live. Okay, And most kids go, well, what if you're living here? Aren't you going to fall off? And they laugh at you. Gravity holds you there. And you're like, as a kid, gravity, okay. Suppose somebody's figured that out, okay then. And then you never go back to it.
So you're saying there's nothing called gravity?
The tendency for things to drop when you let go of them is not gravity.
Stay here.
Doesn't go around the sun? No? Doesn't revolve around the sun?
I went around you. Are you aboard?
No.
Follow me.
But I'm not flat. Right?
No, but circumnavigation can be done on a flat plane.
No, it can't.
So on this
Stay there.
Right.
This is Estonia.
Yeah.
Going around the world.
Okay.
They come with silence here.
Not me, I'm not part of them. I'm just a tourist walking by. But I live in Estonia and I know there's this flat. Sorry, I gotta...
No, you do you. This is
fucking tyrants came.
To the geocities, it's just a matter of perspective.
what will be the tyrant.
Which you believe is eating them.
So you're saying that all the center of the universe, we are stationary and everything else is moving around us?
Yep. Hello there. I'm sorry, do you speak English?
No, I speak English.
Ma võin tõlkida. Ma ei kuulu siia, ma olen lihtsalt mööda jalutamas.
Sulle tere või?
Kuidas ameti nimi on ja see number paluks?
Munitsipaalpolitsei vandespektor Puikov.
Ja teil?
Ja Tallinna munitsipaalpolitsei ameti vandespektor.
Väga hea.
See tegevus ei ole keelatud. Nagu linnavalitsus.
Ma ei tea midagi, ma kõndisin mööda, mul on kaamera lihtsalt, ma olen avalikus kohas.
Ma räägingi, et see tegevus on keelatud. Peab olema...
Kuidas keelatud?
Keelatud.
Kuidas keelatud? Millega seadus? Öelge palun seadus.
Selle jaoks nagu näituse jaoks on vaja nagu linnaosa valitsust luba.
Ja seaduse nimi? Paragrahvi nimi?
No vaadake, ma nagu peas praegu nagu ütlema pean vaatama.
Te tulete siia nagu...
Me tuleme väljakutsele, tuli väljakutsele.
Kes helistas?
Tavakodanik.
Ja mis ta ütles?
Et siin on nagu ebaseaduslik tegevus.
Kuidas? Mille põhjal? Kuule jutt.
No jah. Ma räägin.
Ma olen maksumaksja, te töötate minu jaoks, te tulete siia nagu te omaksite kogu seda asja. Minge tagasi tööle.
Te võite meie peale kaebusi.
Tagasi tööle?
Ja. Ärge käsitle siin.
Töötate meie jaoks, ärge unustage seda. Türannid, tagasi tööle.
Mitte teie jaoks.
Tahate kuulata, siis event räägib teile, aga ärge tulge siia laia laema, see ei ole mürk. See on lihtsalt plakat.
Tuleb erama.
Come the fuck off.
Oh yeah, what's happening? It's alright, we just got a little visit.
Oh, good to go.
Yeah. How did the interest?
Have a nice day.
There was one experiment that we did.
Uskumatu, et oma mälukaarti selleks asja peale raiskab.
So you could be observing so it could be an island, anything really. So you're measuring the distance, and basically what you're trying to get is how much structure should be. The equation,
How would that change our lives?
Well, they're using psychological techniques on us, yeah? In order for a small number of people to control 7 billion people.
Well, what about religion?
What about religion?
Oh, that's how you control everyone.
Well, they are using religion.
Well, exactly. So how would
they're using?
I think a religion is a bigger thing.
I mean, this could be counted as a religion. Honestly.
Religion is all about hiding the truth about the Messiah from people. They bring you into a different paradigm that says, you know, forget about this one God. It's about, you know, JC and Mary and the devil and all this stuff. Yeah? It's hiding the truth about the creator of this place. Yeah? This is what this whole thing is about, hiding the truth of the creator. Taking away the need for a creator, yeah? So that you think your life is accidental. You think this all happened by accident. You haven't got a purpose. You're insignificant little specks of goo on a speck of dust that's hurtling through an infinite and uncaring universe. That's not true.
More cops.
This is the universe. This is the universe.
Tere, kuidas läheb? Kuidas teie ameti number on? Nimi? Kuidas?
Anna.
Anna ja number? Teil ei ole mingit...
Numbrit ei ole.
Ei ole?
Number...
Olete politseist? Turvafirma? Politsei? Okei, ja tulite väljakutse peale? Ohtlik plakat.
Looking the same, but so far away.
You can find identical clouds. Do you ever see identical clouds
from one
identical clouds?
But they're not
identical. They are identical. You can see it. You can literally see it. You can actually go into Photoshop, take it. So you say somebody falsified this image?
Yeah.
And not only that, this guy admitted it. Listen to this guy admitted it. He's from NASA. He said it's Photoshop. It has to be.
They're hiding that, love.
Ütle palun oma sõpradele, et nad autosid eemale ajaks. Inimesed see ei ole turvaline.
Te võite kaebusi esitada meie tegevuse peale.
Jaa, mul ongi selleks vaja blanketti.
Ja te võite, ma räägin teile.
Hoidke natuke eemale.
Jaa, te võite ka eemale.
Palun parkige auto natuke sinnapoole, see on ohtlik. Palun parkige auto sinnapoole, see on ohtlik. Palun parkige auto sinnapoole, see on ohtlik. See pole mürk.
Okay. The person from the town hall came out to us earlier on, and because we set up over there before, and he came out. He said, "You can't do this here. You can." He said, "You can do it here because you know this is the town hall, and this is okay." Sorry. Okay, the person behind this place says you can't do it here, you can do it here.
Yes, actually,
We're not protesting.
No, but you have to have a permit. You go to a town hall that is basically
for what? For what do you need a permit? Because this is not a protest. This is not an argument. But again, is this law or is it?
Mis seadusega tegu on, palun?
Ärge vastage talle üldse.
Ärge vastake, ma olen su tööandja, sa vastad, sa lööd kulpi, kui ma sulle
Ma ei tea isegi, kuidas teie nimi on.
Sa ei peagi teadma mu nime, ma pean sinu nime teadma, mul on su nimi olemas.
Jaa, palun väga. Aga me ei pea teie küsimusele vastada praegu. Kes te olete üldse meie jaoks?
Sinu tööandja?
Teie?
Jaa, maksumaksja.
Te ei ole minu tööandja.
Olete veidi valesti aru saanud, see vend ilmub siia nagu ta oleks tema omanud.
I guess you'll have to have a look at their law here.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. See pole mürk, see on paber ja plastik. See ei ründa inimesi. This is not poison. It's plastic, paper.
If you want to take a look at
Ta ei loe eesti keelt. Tallinna.
Te olete mu esindaja.
Tõlk.
Paber olemas. Teil paber olemas.
Ma räägin nemaga.
Ei, teil paber olemas.
Minna tööle tagasi.
Ei, teil paber olemas. Härra. Teil paber olemas. Ei ole.
Kaebuse paberit tahaks sinu käest. Sinu ja te kõik kolmide ameti nimetused nimed.
Palun väga. Paldiskimata 48. Ja tulge Paldiskimata 48.
Toote mulle selle.
Ma ei too teile.
Tood mulle selle paberi.
Kes te olete?
Sinu tööandja.
Teie?
Tagasi tööle. Minge päästke kasse, munitsipaalpolitsei.
Teil vabandust, teil siis kaitsed vabandust. Ärge tulge lähemale. Ma väga hirmus.
Ma olen aru saanud, et sa vaatame, kui sa oled. Silmad on kuradi tõlerattad, need näeb plakatid.
Teil siis kaitsed härra. Vabandust. Ärge tulge mu lähemale. Ma väga...
Palun aega autot vähemalt selleks ajaks, kuni te siin olete eemale. Inimesed tahavad mööda kõndida ja tahavad plakatit. Memory card.
Igatahes paistab Inglismaal. When last time I was there, Amsterdam police came, the transport police came, the government, the local government came, and they all left.
Who's paying for that?
Sorry?
Who's paying for that?
Well, you are. We are.
Huh?
We are.
You?
Paying
what's your occupation, actually?
My occupation?
Yes.
Well, it used to be...
Where do you get your money from?
My money?
Yes. You just told me you're paying for that shit.
What? Sorry, what?
You're paying for that. Where did you get your money
Paying
from?
for what?
paying for traveling. You did it. You just mentioned you did it from Amsterdam. You're flying
because
I don't know.
We've got
you're flying to the moon.
We get donations from people like us who want to see this.
Who is paying for that?
People like me donating to this effort to show the truth to people.
And you're sure you're able to prove the papers? You're able to show the many transformations from where to?
Absolutely.
Really?
What is the aim? What do you want to achieve? Make everybody believe that Earth is flat?
No, all I want for people to do is ask questions. Simply, because this is all we're doing. We've started asking questions about our world and we're not getting answers. The answers don't make sense. And, we form this view of the Earth when we are, before the age of 7, yeah? We're shown a globe and somebody says, this is where you live. Yeah?
Where do you come from? Yourself? Where do you come from?
I'm answering this gentleman's question. If you don't mind waiting till...
Well, I do mind. I'm coming.
I know you're being very rude.
Where are you from?
You're being very rude at this point. I'm not confrontational.
In the first place, you're in Estonia. Official language here is Estonian.
Yes,
you're supposed to speak Estonian.
I'm speaking.
Välismaalased peavad eesti keelt rääkima.
Minul on täitsa kama vist on, siin möliseb, siis olgu hea ja rääkigu.
Kuule, nii räägite teiste inimestega?
Me ei ole teiega mitte kunagi sinasõprust ei joonud, ega ma näen teid esimest korda ja mitte keegi ei ole andnud teile õigest mind sinatada või kuidagimoodi teistmoodi rääkida.
Teie?
Just nimelt.
Wait, is it turning really fast or what?
No. It's literally, this model is identical to the ball model. Yeah, it will look identical to the ball model. Yeah. So yes, it goes round in 24 hours. Yeah.
So fast.
Yeah. So. Well, not fast. It's going the same apparent distance. Yeah. If this was a ball when the sun was 93 million miles away, the apparent distance it goes is the same as the distance it goes here. Yeah.
Selle Krugloofi kohta. Esiteks ta ilmus siia kohale, astus mu isikliku... It's a camera, it doesn't kill people.
Hello.
This is from Venice.
Indeed.
Sooviksin inimesega 4 silma rääkida seda.
Kas see on kõige suurem actioni kogus, millest sa osanenud oled?
You speak English or completely?
Ma aitasin neid eesti keele ja inglise keelega.
What do you want this? Okay. All right. Let's go there.
Erkki Luksep.
She just used a word that I don't understand.
Ma tulin tõlkima. Jah.
Palun ärge filmige mu töötelefoni.
Ma filmin teda.
But what was the word that you used? I didn't understand.
Ei ole kaadris isegi.
Selgitage talle natukene Schengenit.
Schengen.
Jaa. Selgitage seda sõna tähendust. Oodake seda.
And what does the word mean?
Schengen, it's some kind of name of some kind of treaty. Basically, every country who's in the Schengen Union can drive freely through Europe countries. Mm-hmm. I don't know the context.
He's trying to say that under this Schengen thing, that we're all obliged to give him personal information.
No, fuck him.
Right. So
you don't have to give anything. This is free country. This is a free.
ID, exactly. We are free. And he's saying, because under this thing called Schengen,
no disrespect,
which I've never heard of.
But asking for something that's none of our business. It's.
As a victim of identity theft, I don't give information out that I'm not obliged to. So I need to know the law that obliges me to give personal information out.
Yeah, and there's no law.
Well, this is hopefully what he's going to go and find.
Ühe plakati pärast natuke palju ressurssi. Too much resource for one poster.
As I keep saying, there's nothing unlawful about me standing in the town centre holding a banner. Okay, nothing. Right? There's nothing unlawful about me holding 2 banners. Yeah? There's nothing unlawful about having 3 banners, and I can't hold them, so I put one on the floor in front of me. Yeah? What about 4? Same. What about 5? Same. And this is what we got. Same thing. There's no law against it. There's no policy against it. I'm not making money. I'm not protesting anything. I'm just saying, look, and having a chat with somebody who comes up to look. So, unless they've got some actual policy against somebody standing there with information, yeah, they've got nothing.
Ja siin on praegu platsis on vist 100 kaameraid ja vahetuse ülem praegu ütles, et ära pane kaamerat minu suunas. Aga siin
100 ei ole.
No 50, talking about cameras.
Yeah, I know.
100 ei ole kindlasti.
And normally you guys have got cameras on you. Normally.
Yeah, it's not recording.
Oh yeah, you have. Yeah,
I have.
Is it? You're not recording?
No.
Okay.
I'm not recording. Like.
Yeah.
He's faking, like he's looking for something. I know how they think, sorry. Ma pole selle venna vastu mitte midagi.
They are helping us in a way.
Yeah, drawing attention.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Attention is here,
Thank you very much. I
People are here
appreciate
to
it.
thank you, yeah. Thank you.
Aga samas blokeerivad vaadet teadlikult. Blocking the view intentionally also. Keegi ütles, et see tuli kõne peale, et kellegile ei meeldinud see plakat.
Ma ei oska seda kommenteerida.
Incredible information. Okay. Have you ever thought, what makes you think you live on this floor? Science. That's great. What about science makes you think you live on a board? Just out of interest. What part of science? What has convinced you?
So far.
What about you? You convinced?
About what?
No.
No, I actually studied school. I studied in school science.
Right. So what about it convinced you?
Is it not physics?
Okay. So what about physics has convinced you?
I'm not going to recall all the laws of physics and
No,
all this, main people who dedicated like hundreds of years to prove, physics. And I do respect what you're doing, but I also believe that people who work so much, they have brain and they have, have put so much effort into convincing us. And there's no point in rewriting the laws of physics right now.
But did you know there are lots and lots of physics that contradict the mainstream model?
I do. The same as Newton's first law was accepted with so much rejection. But then after a couple of years, people realized, oh, he actually was saying the truth.
But then it turns out that Newton was lying.
He wasn't lying.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't lying.
Yeah, because Einstein had to come along and absolutely change the fundamental basis of his theory of gravity.
Einstein modified.
They didn't modify?
No, he modified Newton's law.
No, Newton said there was a mysterious force between 2 objects, dependent on the mass of the... Well, no. But listen. Are you saying you disagree with it? I'm not arguing. I'm just saying.
No, I don't want to argue because you don't have a science degree. If you had a science degree,
I understand
would discuss
science.
it. Do you have a science degree?
Well, just because I haven't formalised my studies doesn't mean I don't know what I'm
Where
talking
do you
about.
take this one from?
Sorry?
All of this? Is it Google or is it your own brain?
Well, most of it is our own brain. This is the curvature calculation that we're supposed to you know, we supposed to believe it's true.
Is it Google or Wikipedia? Or...
No, this is AutoCAD. I actually drew this up in AutoCAD. Yeah, and AutoCAD.
I'm not very nice. I'm not very experienced person to talk about science and stuff really. And
Right.
I just came here to learn what you're up to.
Okay.
But I really think that before they open those kind of things, you have to basically science.
Bye bye.
Well, I used to be a computer programmer.
Still got one to go.
Yeah, computer programmer.
I don't see the connection.
Well, the connection is I had to model the Earth. Okay, and I did mapping applications. I also did 3D graphics, which had to model gravity.
I still don't see the connections.
That's because I had to apply science and physics theory in reality.
But I still don't see the connection.
What do you mean?
The computer science and physics have nothing in common.
Well, physics is theoretical. I had to actually apply it in practical terms.
Yeah, but I don't see anything in common, as you said. They're absolutely different areas.
So if there's a theory out there, and I take that theory and I apply it in real life, there's no connection? Are you saying that?
I don't see connection.
Fair enough.
I don't see connection.
The point is...
It's like if I do IT or computer science, I'll come and say, oh, actually what Newton said and other people said was actually a lie, and I'm lying to us.
Okay.
I don't see a connection.
So
As I said, I'm not a very good person to discuss it. You know, you should find someone else. Maybe someone who has a science degree, you should ask them questions.
I have.
I'm just a passerby.
I have. You can go onto my YouTube channel and you find me debating physics PhD students, particle physicists, and astrophysics. I can't remember. Yes, I've debated these people.
As I said, I respect what you're doing, but I'm not a very good person to discuss these things about.
But you have very strong views, and you're saying...
Yeah, and I respect them, and I respect other people's views, but it doesn't mean I have to accept everything that people publish or say or come up with a new idea.
No, but,
I do respect what you're doing, but I'm not...
Nobody's asking you to accept any of this. They're just asking you to ask the question.
I don't want to ask the question, I just want to read I have my own opinion, and I believe in science, and I think most of us should respect what those people did.
Well, I can't respect scientists anymore because now that I've actually come up against them with logical questions and they fail to answer them, or literally run away and don't answer them.
Well, maybe you should go to university, like unis, and talk to people who do this kind of research.
You know what? I actually was approached by Nottingham University. They were going to put together a panel of their physics professors, and I chose two other flat earthers to stand up with me. Okay. They asked me to send videos of us in action, and as soon as they got the videos, they said no, we're not debating this.
Well, then you should keep trying. Like if one person said
I
yes,
am. Believe me. You know.
Anyways, I'm not a very good person to argue with, so...
Okay. Any information there?
You're quitting? Also wrapping up and stuff?
Oh yeah, well I guess we'll wrap up soon. It's like getting dark and cold now.
We're done 3 hours 23 minutes.
Yeah. Has that been going continuously?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you started just before I went live, but only 10 minutes before, so...
Yeah. So maybe just leave it at 4 hours, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another half hour or so. So, I mean, you guys might as well just go away if it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. Have any documentation with me? It's in the car.
Okay, we can go there. We check that you have right to be in Estonia.
So, right to be in Estonia?
Yeah, exactly. Because in European Union or whatever.
I literally arrived yesterday on a plane, with my passport.
Okay,
so
I wasn't there.
I know.
I need to check your personal data. That's it.
Can I ask, what is the law that says that you can ask
Okay.
anyone.
Not anyone.
tahab, et te ütleksite
So you
seaduse
want-
välja
Ja ma saan
konkreetselt.
aru, jaa.
So
Meil on
you-
välismaalaste seadus, meil on korrakaitseseadus. If we need translation, we can go to prison, that's it. We don't have time.
Euroopa on suur, ühtne riik, meil on õigus liikuda liikmesriikides vabalt.
Absoluutselt ongi.
Ja kui ta siin peatub 8 tunniks ja oma plakati paneb, see ei tähenda seda, et te võite talt isikutunnistust küsida, sellepärast et teil peab olema põhjus selleks.
Schengeni piirikonflikatsiooni meetmete rakendamine.
Poleks seadust.
Ma ei tea seda seletada.
Kui te tahate mingisuguseid aktsioone selle põhjal nagu läbi viia, et lähme autosse, vaatame dokumente, mis iganes, te peate näitama seadust, siis vastasel juhul on see teie fantaasia. Peate.
Miks me vaidleme selle teiega?
Ma ei tea, miks me vaidleme, ma olen tõlginud tema eest, ma natuke, ma ei tea,
So,
kaitsen,
you
aga...
want to continue with your stuff or not?
Continue with our. Sorry.
This.
Well, we'll be
event.
wrapping up in about half an hour.
Okay, but still, I need documentation.
Okay. Well, again, I see no law that you feel like you can stop anybody, right, and say, I want to see your papers. Is that what you're saying? You've got the power to stop anybody in the street who hasn't done anything. Just walk, it hasn't done anything. You can stop them and say, your papers, please. I don't know from here, but yeah, but can I'm asking you a question, right? Because you're trying to enforce something on me that I can't see that you can do. So can you explain to me? Are you saying you can stop anybody in the street who is not doing anything? That guy over there walking down there with his cops. You can stop him and say, "Can I see your papers?" Is that what you're saying?
We had a call.
Right.
Some kind of event. Okay. So I have right to ask documentations who are involved in this. Do you understand?
I don't understand.
Okay, but that's the law.
Do they know that we had an appointment here with the mainstream media?
Well, I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you think that would help?
Inimlikust aspektist te võiksite lihtsalt jätta asja niimoodi.
No jah, aga milleks on vaja ka jonnida, eks ole?
Kes jonnib? Ta küsib, inimene küsib... Ma olen otseselt või kaudselt sinu tööandja, teie tööandja, vabandust.
So, do we have some kind of agreement? So, we are not here to bully you. So, do you
Well,
understand?
that's what I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm
but we
feeling
want to
being
go
bullied.
away.
I'm feeling bullied because I've not done anything wrong, yeah, and we've
Yes.
agreed this. We've agreed
Yes.
this,
Yes.
right? So I'm just somebody who's you do not have jurisdiction over because I've done nothing wrong. So unless I've done something wrong, you can't
We have
demand
information
to
that
see.
here has been some shouting and some
There's no shouting in here.
Yeah, but if somebody will make a
Has
report...
anybody shouted here? You're saying that somebody shouted?
Okay, I will send the second patrol here and so on. So
I'm
I was polite.
I know you're polite, and I'm being
yeah,
polite
exactly.
too. I'm being polite too.
Yeah, but still.
All I'm asking you.
Okay, have a nice evening.
Thank you. That's it. Mic drop. Fuck the police.
Thank them.
Oh, he just said have a nice day, and you know.
I'm loving it.
Sign out. I'm sure that made them feel really good.
You saw that?
I'm sure that made them feel really good.
Tyranny. Tyrants.
Go, man.
Never give up. Never give anything.
No, we won't give up.
I think we should.
But they will come back.
Anyway. I think we should.
They're
wrap up
weak
anyway.
enough in here to come back.
You think? Yeah.
I think we should wrap up because that guy was pissed off. That I
So
wasn't
much,
there.
so much.
Yeah.
I saw it immediately. I think we done enough. Yeah. We smacked a bunch of people, and I'm pleased so much.
Okay,
Wow.
live streamers, we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah!